Is there a way for the two of you and Biddy to do a controlled burn so it only affects the house, but actually incinerates everything? Oliver asks. That's a thought. We could help her with that, I'm sure. Along with the rest of you alphas, we also have the Rogue King to think of, and Adriel. Elena steps forward too. Our sources tell us differing lines of information, so either their followers have no real idea what they are up to, or, more likely, they have different agendas but need each other to get to you, Alpha Skylar. The alpha thing is going to take some getting used to. I mumble. Everyone already calls you boss. What's the difference? Wyatt asks, and everyone in the room laughs. What are the different thoughts, Elena? Cam asks, not letting us get off track. The first is that the Rogue King thinks that he can absorb Skylar's powers by sacrificing her. A deafening growl shakes the entire room, and I'm sure the windows would have been broken had we not been in a reinforced room. I head straight to my guys, sit in Cam's lap, and grab Oliver and Dakota by the hands. Keeping contact with 3 of them when I only have 2 hands is going to teach me to get really creative. Breathe. We need to know this no matter how bad it sounds, because I can't imagine Adriel's want for me is going to be any better. I look back at my witch friends. No, it doesn't get any better, Alpha Skylar. She seems to want you to mate with Mike so he can absorb whatever extra abilities you will give to your mates, and she wants you to reproduce with him since he is half wolf, half witch. Gentry says softly. What? We all shout at the same time. She is Mike's mother, and we know his father is the Rogue King. We are still trying to understand their different agendas for you, but either way, they both want you to mate with Mike to make him more powerful and then utilize you to achieve their other goals. But she's marked by all of us. He can't claim her now. Dakota squeezes my hand. You haven't mated with her yet. You are all still vulnerable. She is still vulnerable. You missed the full moon, and that might have been by design because we still don't have any idea how the vortex formed or why it kept you for so long, but I'm sure the full moon played a part. So Alpha Skylar will need at least 2 of you with her at all times. Gentry looks around the room, and all of my friends lose a little color in their faces because they know how I feel about protection detail. Ugh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not sure who I'm trying to convince more, them or me. I'm not typically alone anyway. Don't make a big deal and I won't actively be a pain in the ass. I let go of Oliver and Dakota and rub my hands over my face. So, it still sounds like a lot of hurry up and wait. What can we do right now to be proactive? The Rogue King and his witch bride are coming for me. That's a given. Magic is going to be used against us. Also a given. Mike is still being a cocky ass even though he's locked up and being tortured. So there is something else at play. What can we do? I look at everyone in the tiny office. I think we should move Mike. His presence here, so close to you, is not good for anyone. He thinks that he will survive this because of magic or whatever. He thinks that his mother will save him. He thinks that he will have you, still. If he is here, it's a beacon straight to you. The deep, growly voice of my father comes from the back of the room, and I just stare. We have a location on our eastern border. It is not something that is general knowledge, but it is something the former alphas had for particularly nasty prisoners that they didn't want in or near the pack house. It will place Mike the furthest from the mainland entrance and from the alphas. I just stare. I have no thoughts in my head at all. I heard my father's voice and saw him speak to me, but I still can't process the idea. Where the hell did this 180 come from? All it took was his second chance mate to treat me like a person? Or maybe it's because I am one of his alphas now, and his sense of duty and loyalty are still just ingrained in his job. What do you think, love? Cam pulls me out of my shock. What does your gut say? Keep him close or get him as far away as possible? I think that it would ease everyone's mind if he was gone. The pack house needs to be our safe space. I think I would like our warriors close when they aren't on duty, though. Can we fit all the warriors in the ranked housing? I don't want everyone scattered when they're off duty. With all the mind control stuff that Adriel is capable of from a distance, I want to know where everyone is all the time. I think that can be arranged. Ava and I will take on that organization. Brett raises his hand from near the door. We'll let you know if we come across any complications. Thank you, Dad. Oliver runs his hand up my arm. How are the people we collected from Robbie? Did we capture or keep any of the people that fought us that day? I try to move on quickly. My wolf is thrumming with the idea that Mike might still be able to take us from the guys, and I don't want an audience for that conversation, because if she gets angry enough, we may shift. The ones Robbie brought us are still at the school. Many of them have started helping with meal prep and organizing supplies for the warriors. They have been checked over thoroughly by both the healers and Gentry and Elena. They don't leave the school, but we have allowed them to use the playground and outdoor eating area to give them a small bit of freedom. Only time will tell where their loyalties lie. Kyle says from near the window, "All of the fighters are being contained in the small fighting arena. We have temporary shelters set up for them, but we are still working through them with the healers. Many had injuries, and all of them had the tracker implanted. They all seem very dazed and confused as they come out of whatever chemical control they had. We just don't know if there is any other magic going on. Anyone who died in the fight, we did a mass burn. I hope that released them back to the goddess. We did keep your pack members separate from the fighters that came with Mike so they could be celebrated. You only lost 3 warriors. Wyatt knew I needed our number. I always had a count. I don't know why it matters, but it does. I just nod my head. My wolf is getting agitated. Wyatt, can you help Daniel relocate Mike? Brett and Ava can work through organizing the warriors. Nathaniel, will you need anything else since we will be moving warriors away from the borders?" He shakes his head. "I don't think so, but let's put a pin in it until I can reassess." "Kyle, keep working with the captured fighters. If they are anything like the people Robbie brought us, we might be able to offer them a home here after all of this is over with. It seems like these people are unwilling participants. I don't think we have seen the worst of their fighters." He nods at me. "I have a couple more questions for Gentry and Elena, and then the rest of us can start to work on this fire situation. Wyatt, Nathaniel, and Lil, will you 3 stick around for a second, and then you can go to your assignments. Sam, Mateo, Gina, and Sierra, we will meet you out back to discuss this fire thing in a few minutes." Cam finishes assigning tasks. Once everyone but my team has cleared out, I stand up from Cam's lap. This feels like such a big deal. Cam looks to Oliver, who starts talking, walking around the edge of the desk. "We know how close you all are to Skylar, and our situation is beyond unusual, now that I am one of the alphas, being her mate." He rolls his eyes at his own comment. "Not gonna lie, that sounds so pretentious." He rubs his hand over his face. He doesn't like talking about his own accomplishments, unless it's to compete with me. "Our Gamma position is open. Lil, we have discussed it and would like you to fill that position if you want it. You would round out our female leaders." Her eyes go wide and look at me. "Are you serious?" She breathes out. "Of course we are. I know your contract is up at the end of the summer, and I want you here with me." I look at her, hoping she says yes. "Oh, hell yes!" she shouts and pushes past Oliver to jump on me. "I have been trying to figure out how to talk you into letting me stay." She laughs, squeezing my neck and jumping. "I'm so glad you were such a hard sell." Dakota laughs. "And Nathaniel and Wyatt, you both obviously have a place here too. Sky's whole team means the world to her, and you guys have proven time and time again why. Our warrior team would be lucky to have you." I walk over and give them both hugs too. They are happy, but not trying to strangle me like Lil is. They each shake hands with my mates. "All right, Alpha Midge, we'll see you outside." Wyatt follows Nathaniel, dragging Lil. We all turn to Elena and Gentry. "So tell us more about mating with Skylar." "I thought that might be a sticking point with you 4. You marked each other because of Dakota, to help him heal. No one was thinking about the fact that you are alphas, or I guess at the time 2 alphas, a beta and a gamma. We weren't concerned with rites and rituals that you would normally take into consideration when marking and then mating. We were concerned with your mate living past the fight. We originally put the wind spell as a barrier to the fighters that were still attacking and sent more waves to try and recover Mike." "How many more people were harmed in this fight?" I interrupt, hating the idea that anyone was hurt while we were working through personal shot. "I know Wyatt said we only lost 3, but that means they lost so many more." I sat in the chair Cam vacated. I know they were trying to kill us, but I also know that most of them are not fighting of their own accord. They are possessed, under the influence of some kind of drug or being manipulated. You were in the vortex for 21 days. The full moon happened just days after the fight. We would have been able to have your alpha ceremony, and you could have completed the mating ritual as it was designed with no problems. I think the idea was to get to Skylar in plenty of time to disrupt a ceremony for the next full moon as well. The longer you hold off, the more opportunities Mike, Adriel, and the Rogue King have to claim you for their own. You are all exceptionally strong now, but having the four of you in tune with magic collectively and the powers you all will unlock when you complete the mating ritual makes each and every one of you prime targets. But, as with all things related to Skylar, we don't know if any of the general rules apply. Those powers show up following the full moon after the 18th birthday. Will she have to wait? Who knows? Will you guys gain powers even if she doesn't because you are all 18 now? Who knows? What I do know is that the full moon will rise on Skylar's birthday. We have been watching it closely. That is when we should be prepared. Too many things are lining up to be exceptionally amazing or absolutely life-threatening. Thanks for letting us down easy. Dakota mumbles. So what can we do? What should we do? I feel like we just keep flying by the seat of our pants because no one has answers. I can feel his anger start to spike, and it's not a controlled burn. It's threatening to take him over. So I stand up and walk to Dakota and wrap my arms around his waist. I can feel his helplessness, and I hate it. I hate that it's because of me and his need and desire to keep me safe. I'm sorry, he says, kissing my hair. I tilt my head all the way back and look him in the eyes, giving him a small smile. I just feel like we keep reacting to things, and I know you are special, sweetness. But you can't be completely unique, right? He looks from me to Gentry. I mean, there has to be others in the Alpha King's line that have had issues like us, with the extra mates and the weird-ass magic abilities and someone trying to kill them every 5 minutes. We don't actually know. That's the problem. The females from his line never really made it that far in life. Obviously, Skylar's mother and grandmother were exceptions, telling us that her bloodline is very strong. From what we know of the Rogue King's lineage, he killed and or experimented on all of the females because of their enhanced abilities. No other Alpha King line that we have researched has had this kind of history. Each Alpha King line has some enhancement or attribute that sets their line apart from the others. But this is a unique situation, as much as you don't want it to be, Alpha Dakota. My suggestion is to talk with your mother about the Alpha ceremony, and if we can do it sooner rather than later. She needs to be mated, for all of our safety. Fuck, I keep forgetting you're a princess too. Oliver laughs darkly. Can someone please explain why I'm here? Like, seriously, I don't doubt my abilities, and I don't regret any of this. I'm not giving her up for anything. But she is literally the best warrior with every advanced enhancement a wolf can have and then some. Why is she mated to a basic gamma? He sits in one of the chairs that's on the visiting side of the desk, looking everywhere. But at Cam, Coda, and I walk over and stand right in front of him. With the height difference, his eyes are right at my lips. He parts his legs so I can step in, but I shake my head and he looks confused until I push his knees closed and sit on his lap, thankful he chose the armless chair so I can scoot close enough to wrap my arms around his neck. His hands naturally find my waist and hold on tight. You are not, and have never been basic any more than I have been normal. His eyes fall closed as I rake my fingers through the short hairs along the side of his head and interlock them behind his neck and rest my forehead on his. And you aren't a gamma. You were never meant to be a gamma. You were meant for so much more. That's why you never took the title, because you are one of my alphas. I leaned in to kiss him, and it started sweet and slow, but something snapped, and I inhaled sharply, pulling myself as close to him as I could get, and it still didn't feel close enough. He deepened the kiss, wrapping one arm all the way around my waist, and the other found the back of my head, and I didn't hesitate to let him take over, exploring my mouth with his tongue. I have no idea what I am doing, so I follow his lead, but I think a lot of firsts are getting checked off of lists today. Cam firms up his grip in my hair, deepening the kiss before pulling away. A whimper leaves me involuntarily and he smiles a wicked smile. Don't worry, love. We aren't done. But we aren't going to take you here in the office. Like Oliver said, you're a princess, our princess, and we want to worship you. He leans in for another small kiss, but I grab the back of his head and deepen it, already addicted to his taste. I can feel his chuckle vibrate through my body and straight to my core. Stop teasing her, and let's get her upstairs. I'm going to blow just from the smell of her arousal. Dakota growls and bites the back of my shoulder. I yelp in surprise and smash myself closer to Oliver. Yeah, well, I'm not doing much better the way you're making her move on my cock. I bury my head in his neck to stifle my whimper. I like the dirty talk way more than I thought, and yet it's still embarrassing that they are talking about me. Bang, bang, bang. You all better be decent. You have 5 seconds to hand over Midge, fully clothed. We have a problem. Lil yells and then starts counting down. I try to jump up, but Oliver has his hands around me. Dakota has his hands on my shoulders, and Cam has my ponytail wrapped around his head. Guys, she will actually barge in here, no matter what you say. And I don't want her to see me like this. I am terrified and kind of embarrassed while still really turned on. I don't hate the feeling, but I don't love it either. They seriously try to hold me down as Lil counts. 5, 3, Oliver, if you don't let me go right now, I will not let you touch me until after my birthday. I have not been righted, standing on my feet so fast ever in my life, and he looks a little terrified. Well, we know who will cave first in a fight with her. Dakota laughs and then catches my eye and blanches. So you can keep your hands to yourself then. I say, pulling my shirt over my head, thankful he didn't rip it to shreds. When I pulled my head through, I shot him a look and headed for the door. When I open it, Lil just looks like she is barely holding down a laugh. Should I be thanking my lucky stars that the Alpha's office is soundproof? I figured that Gentry's comment about not being mated would get to them, but damn, they work fast. She giggles, like actually giggles at me, and I know my face is on fire. Shut up, nothing happened. I grumbled, nothing happened. I follow her down the hallway. I don't have to look behind me to know my guys are following. I don't want to look and see the states I left them in. I kind of feel bad, but she said, we have a problem, and I can't ignore that either with everything that is going on. Only because there wasn't enough time. There's 3 of them and only 1 of you. I'm sure the 20 minutes we all left you alone was not even enough time for you to relax your overthinking mind, let alone do anything else. But based on your crooked ponytail, you did some action. She wiggles her eyebrows at me as I frantically pull my hair down and try to smooth it into a respectable look before we get all the way outside, and I hear my guys all chuckle low behind me. Just for the sake of proving a point, let's drag this out. I tell my wolf and roll my eyes. She's not super happy about waiting on the mating, but she agrees with Lil and thinks we are going to need lots of time since there are 3 of them, and I am still a virgin. I'm not a nun, but I also hope they take their time. None of them are small by any means, and I'm afraid one interaction might break me for days, and there's no way 2 will hold off if I give one a chance. We are going to have to suck it up, no matter how sore and painful the first few times are. What was such a big problem? I tried changing the subject. I can still feel their desire and arousal, and it's a bit distracting. Who am I kidding? It's a lot distracting, but I have to figure out how to tune stuff like that out. You'll see. She pushes through the door leading from the kitchen out to the back patio. All our friends are standing around the fire pit. Nothing looks out of the ordinary to me, but we've been gone for a while, so maybe I'm missing something. I look over at Lil and she seems confused. It flared up right before I came to get you. It got at least 20 feet high. I swear, she's not really one to exaggerate. None of my friends are. I look around at everyone and there is some kind of feeling or vibe around them. I can feel it more than I can see it. Something happened, and they are trying to understand or process what it was. They don't believe they imagined it. What the hell? I say more to myself at my observation than to anyone else. What is it, Biddy? Oliver walks up behind me and locks my body to his with one arm. I always saw this gesture and thought it would feel suffocating or controlling, but the way Oliver does it, it's reassuring, like he's letting me know he's here just for me. I open my mouth to speak and relax back into him when the fire jumps up a few feet, and in response we all jump. Both Cam and Dakota grab my hands, and the flames raise again. See what I mean? Something weird is going on. I step away from my guys and towards the fire, and as soon as the contact is gone, the fire goes down to its normal height. What did Gentry and Elena say? Nothing yet. They haven't seen it. They headed to the Beta house to get a few supplies, and then I think their plan was to talk with Ava about the Alpha ceremony and what we can do to speed up the long-ass process. I reach back and grab Dakota's hand again, and the fire gets brighter. I wonder. I pull him close to me and wrap my arms around him in a tight hug. He doesn't question or resist, but squeezes me back. Again, the fire gets brighter. I look up at him, and I know he can see where I am going with this. He leans down to give me a kiss, and the deeper he makes it, the higher the flames get. It's a getting busy beacon for Midge. Lil and Gina both start laughing hysterically at me, and I bury my beet-red face in Dakota's chest. This is so embarrassing. I can't look at anybody because everybody knows what we were doing in the office. It's not just me, I say, not moving my face from Dakota's chest. Yeah, but you are currently the only one who's embarrassed. Gina laughs. I wonder what will happen when she's full mated? Do you think it will explode? Maybe that's how we get rid of this thing, by getting Midge laid. Lil sounds half serious as she suggests it, but I have no idea what her face looks like. Considering that we all live in the pack house, I don't really want to test the theory. Nathaniel mutters. So that means all of our alphas are going to be sexually frustrated until we figure out this new connection? Mateo asks incredulously. I'm moving out. You guys can deal with that fallout. Biddy? What's the matter? Oliver walks up behind me and kisses the crown of my head, but doesn't pull me from Dakota. It's just another freak thing about me that's making things difficult. I'm sorry. Mating shouldn't be this complicated. It wasn't for anyone else. I keep my hands around Dakota's waist, but lean back into Oliver. It's so strange how fast I have taken to their presence as my comfort space when just months ago, I hated the idea of anyone needing to comfort me. Lost in my thoughts, I didn't notice Cam walk close to us, and he plants a kiss on my temple, then whispers in my ear. We will figure this out. I don't actually care if everyone knows what we are doing. In fact, we should make it a point to blow that bonfire up several times a day. Every day. The fire flares as my desire spikes at his words. I look him in the eyes and see his desire blazing. He's always the peacemaker, the calm and controlled one. I wonder how that will translate when he finally takes me. I'm pretty sure your fire is openly challenging us, love. And if I wasn't worried something might happen to you, we would all drag you upstairs and not come down until after your birthday. I don't even know if I'm breathing at this point, but I can feel the heat from the extremely large fire near us. He leans in to kiss me, and it's not the same gentle one that Dakota gave me. This one is heated, like up in the office. I hesitate, remembering the audience that we have, but my wolf shuts my thoughts down. She needs this as much as I do. She wants her mates, and we were blessed with ours earlier than anyone ever expected. She wants to claim them after all this time putting up with Kaylee and all the other bullshit we have been through. This is one thing that we are owed, and we are going to take it. Oh my, what do we have here? The gasp breaks us out of our little bubble, and I reluctantly pull away from Cam and lean back into Oliver, jumping forward after I leaned into the steel pipe in his pants. He chuckles and wraps his arms around me, pulling me back into him and breathing in my ear. That will never stop being hot, babe. I will probably have a permanent hard-on just watching you kiss those two. My only response is a whimper, and the fire grows bright for a second and then goes back to its normal height. I am so screwed. Well, at least the fire seems to be under your control, Skylar. That is a good thing. I laugh sarcastically at Gentry's comment as we all turn to face her. Oliver shuffles me forward, not letting me put any space between us. Yeah, but it changes with my contact with my mates. I'm not really sure I want to publicize what I am doing. The rest of my friends laugh, and I am just going to have to get used to it, no matter how embarrassing. If I show that it bugs me, they will keep making little digs and comments, and I really don't want my barely explored sex life to be a joke. So, I have to pretend I was mortified for a second, and now I have accepted that there is a fire sending smoke signals when I am intimate with my mates, and I'm completely okay with it. I'm sure if it was connected to Sam and Sierra, they would be putting on a show just to see how crazy they could make it. My brother laughs, and I'm thankful for the attention shift. Gentry moves over by the fire and sits on the ground. Elena came to the kitchen with a book like my grimoire, but this one is a bright blue. She sits next to Gentry and sets the book in between them. Skylar, come here, please. Your mates can stay, but need to keep their distance. We need to see what level of connection this fire has to you specifically before we bring them in. Gentry calls to me. I squeeze Oliver's hand. He's reluctant to let me go. He's seen what magic can do, how sensitive I am to it, and is probably more protective of me because of that. I slowly move toward them and sit in front of the grimoire. The fire immediately turns black with a purple tip. I can hear all the gasps around me, but like always with spell work, I get lost in it and everyone else around me is a blur. My wolf bristles at the color and energy coming off of the flames. It's a domination spell with an emphasis on control and staying hidden. This is designed specifically for you, little one. I wonder why it hasn't shown itself before now, though. We have all sat in front of this fire for months, knowing about and feeling the magic and never feeling anything harmful. But now it is angry. Gentry doesn't look at me while she talks. It's more like she is speaking to the fire, confirming its feelings like you would with a child. Is it here to control the pack? Or me, or the pack through me? How do we figure out what it's meant for specifically? Is it angry with us, with me, with whoever said it? I ask, not taking my eyes off it either. Those are all great questions that will take some time to answer, but we will get our answers now that it wants to communicate. They both start humming and chanting something I don't understand, but the flames seem to slow down almost like they're getting sleepy. I want to touch it. I have since we came out of the vortex. I'm drawn to the fire now for some reason, but that makes me hesitate too. Am I drawn to it because I can sense it's my element, or because of some crazy spell from Adriel trying to trap me? Does Adriel know about my connection to the fire? Is that why it's at the center of the pentagram, or is that a common thing to place at the center? The pentagram is used for so many things, mostly protection. She has manipulated it to hold you here and control many members of your leadership. The ever-burning flame is a rarity. Fire needs something of earth to consume, making it difficult to sustain. I thought it might have been attached to the former Alpha, but it is still burning. I do not believe it is attached to the former Luna, but that is something we will have to test eventually. But the fact that the flames turned black and purple on your approach tells us it is being used against its will. You keep talking about the fire pit like it has a mind of its own, a personality. Mateo says from somewhere to my right. I forgot the rest of our friends were here with us. In a sense it does. This flame was set with the intention to help capture Skylar. The rumbling growls behind me remind me how much my mates hate hearing that. But they need to get over that sentiment quickly. But since she has begun releasing the spells that are holding your pack hostage, it wants to be set free too. Is the black part of the flame a curse or protection? It means both, right? I ask, not wanting to get too off track. Magic is a rabbit hole none of us are ready for a crash course in. It does, Elena replies. I think it was a curse to begin with, but it wants to protect. Remember, magic is neither good or bad. It is the caster that makes it one or the other. In this case, the magic was set to curse your former Alpha and your pack. Nothing more, nothing less. But somehow, setting the rest of the pentagram free from the curse gave this flame something akin to a personality, and it wants to be set free. Can I touch it? Now that I know I'm connected, will it hurt me if I touch the fire? Elena and Gentry look at each other. We don't know, and until we know if it is harmful or helpful, I would advise not making contact. Elena pushes my hand down. I didn't even know it was raised. I look at my hand confused. Why was I about to do that? Let's see if we can connect you to it now that it appears to have a consciousness of some kind. If you can connect with it, we can make sure that Adriel no longer has control, which will protect your pack. Gentry holds her hand out to me, and I take it without any hesitation. If I can protect my pack and keep all my mates and friends safe, there is no question of me doing everything in my power. Wait, Cam stops Gentry's chanting. What can we do? We aren't leaving her to do this on her own, but we need directions. I look around and Cam, Coda, and Oliver are only steps behind me, but not making contact like Elena asked. Gina and Mateo are to our left. Sierra and Sam are to our right. Nathaniel, Lil and Wyatt are across from me. None of our team has left me. They are here for anything and everything that is thrown our way. I look at all of feeling kind of helpless. None of us know what we're doing or what could happen. I'm so sick of reacting to what Adriel, the Rogue King, and Mike are doing. If they want me, they are going to have to fucking fight for me. I can feel my temper flare and my wolf's anger at our whole life being threatened. The black and purple fire in front of me flares to match my thoughts. It has gone from a normal height to at least 4 feet tall. And I can see a red hue crawling up from the center of the basin it sits in. I can no longer hear anyone, but I can feel all of their fear and uncertainty. I can't allow those 3 to inflict so much havoc on us. I watch the red crawl through the black and purple flame, and I feel the flames relax as if the red color of my anger is burning away some impurity. Then the base of the flame turns silver, this time eating through the black and purple of the flame, leaving an almost invisible flame behind. I keep focusing, letting my instincts guide me. My wolf says, "This is a clean slate. We can build the protection the way that we want." I imagine my mates, my friends and family, the pups, all of the new wolves that have come to us for refuge from the Rogue King. An orange light flashes in the flames. For endurance, to last through the tests we are about to face. My wolf breathes out. Then 3 different shades of blue swirl in the flame. For intuition, healing, and communication. Your new pack members need to heal just like you and Gina. I keep pushing the flame for what can help my pack. I will accept whatever it is willing to give. Green swirls through this time, for prosperity, and it will help fight off any curses that are sent our way. Yellow swirls into the mix, and the black joins in, licking the edges of all the flames like a cartoon drawing. The yellow is success, pink is to return everyone safely, and the black is the protection to maintain these spells for everyone under your protection. Is it done then? Are we free from Adriel's hold on the pack, for now at least? I believe so, little one. Whoa, Elena, you can mind link now? Apparently so, being your father's mate and accepted by the leadership of this pack has allowed my magic to connect to the magic of your wolves. That is also a subject that we will have to navigate at some point in the future, little one. I have heard many different versions of your upbringing. I would like to hear your point of view, but for now you have more pressing matters. Like mates who are at their wits' end from sharing you all day? All day? What do you mean all day? It took a significant amount of energy and time for you to undo each spell that was attached to your flame, but it is your flame now. I think you could even touch it, if you still feel so inclined. I blink a few times and feel the haze around my vision clear. I didn't realize how hard I was staring at the flames while my wolf and I were releasing it from its own shackles. The sun has just started to set behind the forest. I have been here all day, breaking spell after spell. I'm sure I've had help. There's no way I did any of this on my own. I was glad my wolf was able to tell me what the colors and the spells meant. She has clearly tapped into our connection with Elena more than I thought. Maybe she was doing that while we were stuck in the tornado figuring out our feelings. Who knows? I have so many questions for so many people that will probably not get answered anytime soon. But after today, I feel more sure of my magic now than I ever have. I'm not drained and exhausted like I usually am either, which is a strange feeling. I actually feel light and energized. Maybe I was what the fire was tied to after Lucas passed, since I set him free, and it was burning away at my energy stores, maintaining all of those spells. Just another question for the list. I am just about to open my mouth to ask when I am lifted off the ground by my armpits, tossed in a half-turn and caught around the hips by Dakota. Don't even think about it, Smalls. You are done working for the day. I thought it was tough getting Cam to clock out, but I think you are going to be worse. He leans in to give me a kiss, and I smile, wrapping my arms and legs around him, and he groans when I pull away to look for my two other mates. Right here. Reading my mind, Oliver grabs me in the same way and kisses me, then passes me to Cam, who kisses me while walking into the house. He doesn't take me upstairs, though. He takes me into the dining room, where a whole bunch of food has been laid out on the massive table. You all have been working so hard today, well, for many days if we're being honest. We are going to get back to a few normal things since the world seems to be conspiring against our pack at the moment. I want to try to get everyone together at least once a week like we used to. I know you are all adults now, but I miss having you kids all here all together. Ava is on the verge of tears. I slide down off of Cam and walk over to her, wrapping her in a hug. So many things have happened to all of us in just the last couple months, and we all have our different ways of processing. She is in mom mode right now. It's her way of doing a head count like we are all her little ducks. She can see us and know that we are at the very least alive and accounted for. Since that is about as good as any of us can give right now. None of us are okay, not really. And it's going to take some time after the dust settles for us all to process our different traumas from this. We all move to sit with her. None of us want to sit at the head of the table. It still feels wrong somehow. Cam and Coda sit on one side of the head of the table, and Oliver and I sit across from them. Mateo and Jaina sit next to the twins, while Sam and Sierra sit on our side. Lil sits next to Gina, and Wyatt and Nathaniel divvy up the middle of the table. The adults start to file in, filling up the second half of the table. I know we aren't supposed to be working, I air quote, but I am not tired at all, and I really want to train a little before it gets too late. Are there people in all the training arenas? I look down to Kyle and Nicholas, who have been handling all of the people we have taken in, but can't really trust to help us in the fight yet. The small arena is still open, Sky. If you want it, it's yours, Kyle says without any hesitation. Seriously? You're going to give her permission to go out and train? Tonight? Dakota asks incredulously. Kyle smiles, and I see where Sam got his mischievous look. I bet he was just as big of a handful at our age. Are you telling me that you are going to look at your mate, who can not only beat you physically with her eyes closed, but can also now light your ass on fire, literally, that she can't do the things she wants to do? After she has been siphoning and filtering magic in ways you and I will never comprehend in order to save the whole pack. And since when has anyone ever given her permission to do anything? The minute someone says no, she finds the workaround. I dare you to tell her no and see what happens. I want to say that I'm sitting right here, but this is way too much fun to watch. Dakota turns to look at me, and under the table, he rubs the inside of my foot with his. I was kind of hoping we could hang out tonight, just the four of us. He tries to sound sweet. We finally have you after waiting forever for confirmation that you're our mate, and now it just feels like everything is dividing our attention. I figured we could just be for the couple hours. Hopefully, all the drama gives us a breather, that's all. I can tell Oliver and Cam are both listening intently, but they are both better at the poker face than Dakota. I bet they chose him to plead their case. They chose wisely. He's very good at this, but I have a feeling they will gang up on me a lot if I give in too easily now. What if we compromise? I actually feel really good right now. Better than ever, actually. I think the magic tied itself to me after Lucas passed, since I set him free, and I think it has been draining me slowly. I think I was the source of the forever flame. I look between Alina and Gentry for confirmation. I was thinking the same thing, little one. The fire seems to be of a friendly, helpful nature now, Gentry says calmly. It is yours to wield now. Alina and I will begin working on adding to your grimoire so you can study and connect with it like you do your wolf to protect your pack. It's like another wolf in here. It's so crazy to have a voice in my head. Now you know how I feel. I laugh at my wolf. You have to understand I am used to being the voice inside the head, but I can communicate with the fire. Like right now it is content to burn in the backyard by itself. now that it is a part of your pack as opposed to being the spy. What do you mean, spy? It was gauging the power in the pack and communicating with someone, but it doesn't know who was pulling the knowledge, just that someone was using it to see into the pack. It doesn't think it was Adriel, though. How can you talk to it, but I can't? I feel left out of the multiple personality session in my head. I joke with her. I have only been able to talk to it since you set it free, so maybe in time you will too. It is a part of you just as much as I am. Give it time to warm up. She laughs at her own joke, and I internally roll my eyes at her. Hey, babe, where did you go? Oliver squeezes my thigh, and I can't stop the gasp and the rush of heat that surges over my whole body. My wolf has been able to talk to the fire like it's another voice in my head, but I can't talk to it yet. I shrug like this is all normal, like I am normal. I give him a smile. Do you really want to train? He sounds concerned, almost whispering to me, even though I know the twins can hear him. And I'm sure the rest of our team, yeah, kind of. It's like my whole body is buzzing, like it just woke up from hibernation. Does that make sense? For the first time in, I don't even know how long, I want to train like we used to, at the training ground, sparring, trying to best each other. I'm too amped up to just go upstairs. I'm sorry. I look from him to Cam and Coda, worried I might hurt their feelings or make them feel like I don't want them. It's the exact opposite, but I can feel my head spinning all over the place, like I can't keep a thought straight. I know that not being mated is really bothering them, and it's going to take time since it will be my first time, and there are 3 of them, but I just want to move for a little while with our whole team. The new team that we have pulled together. Naturally, the new family we are creating through all of this hardship and heartache. Please, just a little while. I will even leave when you ask. I look at Cam. He's going to be the hardest sell. An hour? I question. I can already feel Dakota give in, and I know Oliver won't stop me. He will just get me through what I need as fast as possible. Seriously, we are so fucked. He scrubs his face with his hands like he's frustrated, but I can only smile. Yes! The adults at the other end just laugh at us. I almost forgot they were here. Yes, kiddo, you are fucked, but she will be worth the effort. Brett winks at Cam. Your mate always is. I tried my best to concentrate on the conversations that are happening around the table. It sounds like Ava and Brett have a good start on the Warriors moving to the ranked street. She seems to be enjoying having something to focus on. She doesn't engage as much as she used to as the Pax Luna, but I don't know if that is from the loss of Lucas or because the guys and I have taken the titles or a combination of both. It's good to see her smile and engage with the other former leaders. I should sit down and talk with her like I do with Elena and Gentry, because this pack is going to be a complete circus when everyone gets back. It's been months that they've been in the Alpha Kings pack. I'm just glad that we were able to get the innocents out before anything big happened. But maybe that was by design. Maybe Adriel and the Rogue King let us get them out since their focus was on me. I can hear Nathaniel talking about the computers and surveillance, but I can't concentrate. Ever since I found out we were in the tornado for almost a month, I have been antsy. I need to move, to train, to physically work myself over, and I want to do that with my team and my guys. Okay, can we go please? I blurt, looking at Cam. I have a feeling he's going to be my hardest sell on most things. I can feel his frustrations, both over being thrown into leadership and over the mate bond not being complete. But I feel like I can't even focus right now, like I am trying to shed a skin that no longer fits. I don't know what it is. Someone's in a hurry. Dakota looks at me with an eyebrow raised. Yeah, to kick your ass. I wink back. Oh, it's on, Smalls. He jumps from his chair so fast, but I'm faster. Soon we are all running out of the house, like kids we are supposed to be, and headed toward the smaller of the 3 arenas. I can hear all of my friends laughing behind me as we make our way, and I try to memorize the sound. I know that something is coming. My wolf and I can feel it in the ground and smell it on the breeze. We are not out of this yet, and I hope we all survive to tell the tale. No one hesitates when we get inside the arena. We all immediately pair off and start doing basic arm drills to warm up. Everyone is laughing and enjoying themselves. I will have to remember that this is something our whole team enjoys as a downtime thing. I know the deeper we get into this thing with the Rogue King, the less we will have of this precious commodity. We move into legwork and sweeps, turn into who has the best reaction time, which then turns into who's the fastest, and every contest of strength and speed we can think of. I have no idea how long we are out here, but I do know that I have gone up against everyone at least once, and I have raced Sam 3 times just from one end of the arena to the other. Naturally, I won, and just as naturally, he thinks I am using my hidden alpha genes and magic against him. My brother, being the egotistical beta and big brother, challenges me to see if my abilities have changed since being marked. Cam was quick to point out that I could take him down before any extra abilities, so it's not going to be that hard, but my brother doesn't back down. We start to circle each other, and I can see he is favoring his left side. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I don't want to hurt him either. That doesn't mean I'm going to let him win, but I should probably spot injuries sooner than this. Something my wolf agrees with me. Part of our job as one of the alphas is to make sure our pack members are safe, even our warriors who are on the battlefield. If I can save their lives by removing them from the situation, that's exactly what I am going to do. Mateo lunges at me and I counter by twisting out of his way. He can't get a hold of me. I am going to play keep away for as long as possible. I want to see where he is injured since he won't tell me himself. I spin and push him from behind. He reaches back to try and grab one of my hands, but he misses. As the beta, he should have more range of motion than that. We keep at it for a while. He comes at me, but misses. This is not like him, so I stop. Most of our friends are engaged together. My alphas are watching us closely, though, always on guard when it comes to me. I know I will come to accept this eventually, but it still feels like they don't trust me to handle myself, even going up against my own brother, who seems more likely to injure himself than me right now. Mateo, what's going on? I ask, moving close, speaking low. I don't want to make a big deal since it seems like he's hiding something. Nothing? I just haven't worked out this hard in a long time. You were right to bring everyone out here. We can't get behind in our training like this. Okay, that was a plausible answer. Are you going to tell me the truth? I cross my arms, not letting this go. That was the truth. I appear to be out of shape against my beast mode, magically enhanced alpha blood sister. I roll my eyes. You know you have the same alpha blood, right? Like you and Gina are more than likely going to produce alpha children as much as we are. I gesture to Cam, Oliver, and Dakota. Mateo's face goes ghostly white. Can we hold off on the kids' talk, please? I might actually throw up. He whispers and then steps closer. You're only just about to be 17, which is way too young, and we still don't know if Gina can have kids. It's still a sore subject. The healers said it's highly likely, but she still gets in her head about it, and I don't think she'll get over it until we actually have one. And I am not ready for any of that anyway, especially after what happened to Mom, or I guess what we thought happened to Mom. That shit is scary. I smile and give him a hug, squeezing tight. I whisper in his ear. You would tell me if your injury was really bad, right? I can't risk losing you in a fight because you didn't say anything or risk others' safety either. It's not that kind of injury, Sky. I'm okay, really. In a real fight, I will give my all. Right now, I'm not going to push it, that's all. Will you tell me ever? I questioned. I don't like the shady runaround. Just then Dakota wraps his arms around me and breathes in my ear. It's the kind of injury I'm hoping to have later, sweetness. Apparently, Gina likes it rough, and your brother is learning to be submissive the hard way. I look between the two of them for what was probably way too long, and then my intelligence kicked in, and my eyes went wide, and my brother's grin spread across his face, along with an unashamed blush. I'm good, Sky. Let's just leave it at that. You can get details from your friend. I don't think that's something you want me to share with you. He winks and heads over to Gina and plants a kiss on her neck, right where his mark is. I think we have indulged you for long enough tonight, Dakota grumbles. Can we please take you home now? He asks as he lifts me up in his arms, not really giving me a choice. I guess my answer is yes, then. I giggle as Cam and Oliver follow us to the entrance to the arena, but we are met with my dad and Kyle. We have a problem. My dad grumbles, and it can't wait. I might throat punch the next person that says that phrase. Cam says, and Oliver and Dakota grumble their agreement. We have a problem. My dad grumbles, and it can't wait. Someone had better be dying, Dakota almost yells at him. Possibly. We don't know what's happening, but we think Skylar, Gentry, and Elena should go together, which means all 8 of us are going to need to move. Now. My dad says, 8, I question, doing the mental math. What happened that we need to go and our mates need to be present? You act like we would let you go anywhere near something so magically bad that all 3 of you would be needed without us. Dakota grumbles in my ear. I roll my eyes and ignore him. We have done magic so many times together. What's changed? I try to move, but Dakota won't let me go. I turn awkwardly in his arms, hold his face between my hands, and look him in the eyes. Dakota, I know that you want to protect me, but I need to stand next to you, on my own 2 feet. I promise I won't be more than a couple feet from any of you, and I will hear you if you tell me your instincts say it isn't safe. I need you to treat me like an equal right now, okay? He leans his forehead into mine, takes a deep breath, and then lets me down without any words, but keeps me right in front of him. I'm sure if he opened his mouth, a whole string of profanities would come out, but he's doing his best to treat me like an alpha, not a weak female mate. I turn toward my dad. What happened? Mike is glowing. I'm sorry, what? Cam steps up next to me, lacing our fingers. What do you mean glowing? I thought his wolf and whatever magic was being controlled, Oliver clarifies. That's all I know. Our warriors just let me know he started to glow and radiate a purple light about 20 minutes ago. No one knows what it means, but it's Mike, so we naturally assume it's magic. We don't know if it's his magic or his mother's, because his should be suppressed. But we have no idea what Adrielle has done to him or herself at this point. I really don't want any of you anywhere near him. My gut tells me this is a ploy to get to you, but Elena and Gentry have insisted. As a beta, my instinct is to protect the alphas, but let them do their jobs. As a father, I have 2 kids at risk here, but I also know that none of you are going to stand by and just let things happen. So we are going to go cautiously. Nathaniel has a timeline for us, but there isn't much to go on. He will fill you in on the drive out. He has our eyes active everywhere, and we have added patrols. We didn't hesitate to head to our vehicles. We could have easily shifted and ran, but we don't know what we are getting into, and we need to preserve our wolves' strength just in case this is some kind of setup. Our group traveled to the southeastern border of the pack in several vehicles. Everyone seemed to decide the 4 of us needed to be on our own, since no one joined us in Cam's truck. The twins and Oliver are fuming over being interrupted again. I actually agree with them this time and regret needing to train right at this moment. Once we get to the bunker where Mike is being held, our team converges and is standing guard outside, while Cam, Coda, Oliver, Nicholas, my dad, Elena, Gentry, and I head inside. The door opens to a small landing and a set of steps. We follow it down until the air becomes cooler, and we see the inside of a metal bunker containing 5 cells. Mike is sitting in the corner of the center cell, glowing purple. He's barely breathing, but I can feel that he is alive, but the vibe is off somehow too. Elena and Gentry step close behind us and says, "He's been glowing like this for hours, according to the guards and Nathaniel. Has he done anything else? Spoken, moved, anything?" Cam asks. "Not to anyone here, but that is why we are here. His magic and wolf should be suppressed by the foods and liquids we have been giving him. This has to be the work of Adrielle, but we don't know how she's doing it or why." Elena supplies, "We don't feel anything unusual about him right now. Is there anything off that you feel, Skylar? Because this is probably a message for you." I can't feel anything from here. I need to get closer." I move to take a step forward when a hand grabs each of my wrists. "The hell you are!" Dakota raises his voice. "You aren't going anywhere near that fucker." I want to be mad at his controlling nature, but I would feel the same if it was Kaylee locked up here and they wanted to approach her. I take a deep breath to calm my irritation. I don't know what to do. I need to get closer. I know nobody wants me anywhere near him, but this is the deal. They want me, so they want me close, need me close. We need to play by their rules for now so we can keep everyone safe. No one says anything, which I take as a sign that they can't disagree with me, even though they really, really want a reason to make me stay back. I move forward cautiously, leaving everyone behind me. When I am about 5 feet from the silver bars of his cell, his eyes flare open with the same purple flame in them. He starts to speak, but the voice has a scratch to it, like an old radio. Mike is not speaking for himself right now, but I don't know if it's Adriel, the rogue king, or some other dipsh I have to deal with now. I've been waiting for you, my Luna. I'm so glad you have come to me and still innocent. I can feel your raw power, and you haven't even shared it with your mates yet. They must not be worthy if you are holding out on them. Pity for them, but so much better for us. We will have you and your power, make no mistake. We my ass. My wolf grumbles in my head, and I can feel that my mates think the same, but they are keeping their tempers under control for now. I just keep my mouth shut. He needs to let us know what he wants, and I won't be drawn into a conversation with him, which is probably what he wants. He liked the sound of his own voice, and I am content just letting him sit here and burn. He's skinnier than the last time I saw him, cheeks shallow and eyes sunk, but he looks just as smug as ever, like he isn't dying slowly. I see that you are admiring my new look. Impressive, wouldn't you say? I'm sure your alpha stand-ins are envious of the power that I possess and all that I will obtain when you are completely mine. I hear a huff behind me, but Mike doesn't react, so he either doesn't hear it or is so full of himself he's not going to give it his time. He thinks he's in control, but he's the one locked in the cage. I take in an audible breath and roll my eyes, letting him know I am not impressed and he needs to get to his point. He clearly chose to light up in purple flames now to get our attention. He has and will try to milk this a bask in it for as long as possible. He stands slowly, his shackles tugging on his arms, since he is so much taller than me, and they have him in my shackles. His eyes are closed like he is in thought while he does this. When he is fully upright, his eyes open, looking straight at me, and they are blazing the same color purple as the rest of his body. He opens his mouth, but when he talks, the voice that comes out is definitely not his voice. You are destined to be the queen, and you will bring about the most powerful offspring for the mate that takes you. You will mate with Michael, and unite with our family to supply the right DNA. We are coming for you. There is no stopping it. Your pack will be decimated, and we will enslave anyone that is left. He takes a deep breath in and smiles a wicked, cruel smile. I can sense that she is still unmated, which is perfect. Even deep down, she knows that the moon goddess was wrong in her choice for mates. She is holding on to her innocence for us. Mike tilts his head to the side, seeming to look behind me. She is not tainted by your low, basic alpha blood. There are growls surrounding me, but no one advances. They can't. They are frozen in place by my wolf and I. No one knows the rage building inside me. It is a flowing current of lava, and I'm sure smoke is probably steaming out of my nose and ears. They just threatened my mates, my pack, and my bond. No one will take them from me. My muscles are quivering as I try to hold my wolf back. I won't let her shift, yet. We don't know what Adriel can do, and she is clearly possessing Mike right now. Skylar, Cam growls behind me. You are not taking this douchebag on your own. Do you understand? We are not trying to stop you, but we are not going to let you do this alone. He links my wolf and I. They want me alive. They won't hurt me, and even if Adriel is controlling him, he can't fight for There's no way she can improve those skills. I am not letting him anywhere near you three or any of you. You are all obstacles to kill, not capture. I won't let that happen. Sky, babe, you need to let us get closer so we can help, Oliver tries reasoning with me. No, I don't know how far his reach is, but with the shackles his wolfen powers can't be used. I'm sure of it. I will not take a chance that she can kill you using him. Another ripple of growls behind me. Good to see you keep them on a tight leash. When you stand with us and lead our armies, it will be good to have so much control for so little effort. Binding them to us was such an exhausting chore. You do it so effortlessly with the flick of a wrist. Mike's mouth moves with a strange voice. It doesn't sound male or female, so I can't be sure it's Adriel, but there isn't any other person with the skills to pull this off. I look down at my hands. One is balled at my side. I can feel the fingernails leaving marks in my palm. But the other is open and my palm is facing behind me. I don't even remember doing that. Now that I am aware, though, I can feel the power flow from my fingertips. It's the same lava flow that I feel coursing through my body, but this is steady and slow, calm and controlled. It is my fire protecting the most important people in my world. I don't know why I feel compelled to search for the real person in there, but I have to know if Mike is still in there or if he is completely gone. You never wanted this. And you will be discarded just like I will be once we've been used for our purpose. Adrielle doesn't want you, but she needs you to get what she wants. Don't give her what she wants. Fight her, Mike. He just stares at me, the purple fire blazing in his eyes. His sneer of a smile stays in place. He just tilts his head side to side, like he is considering me. Then his lip curls in an evil look. Mike's gone, and there's no getting him back. I stand my ground ready for something to happen. Mike has no control, and Adrielle can't be stable. Mike moves towards me and strains against the shackles. He stared at me. We will have you. I will have you. There is no way you will escape what is coming. Then he breaks the shackles and moves towards the bars. Sky! Dakota screams. Skylar, no! Cam breathes out. Please let us help you, Oliver says in an almost whimper. Mike grabs the bars and begins to bend then. I have to fight harder to hold my mates back. I can feel them starting to break through my control. I know they are afraid for me. I can feel the fear lick up my spine, but I won't have them in danger. I know for a fact that Adrielle won't kill me, not until she gets what she wants, and I will kill Mike before I mate with him, so I will stand here between my mates and the biggest threat we have ever faced. I have to focus on holding everyone back and focusing on Mike, so I stand my ground and prepare for a fight. I won't be able to hold my guys back once we start fighting. I don't have that kind of control, but I will be working on that as soon as all of this bullsh is over. Mike bends the bars as far as he needs to worm his way out, and he heads straight towards me. I take a deep breath and focus on the right moment to engage. I let all of my warrior training take over. The space between where I am standing and Mike's broken cell is long enough for me to make a plan. He's not in a hurry, moving like a predator towards me, watching me hold everyone back. He smiles that wicked smile. He thinks I'm waiting for him. Good. My Luna, I'm so glad you've come to your senses. I can't wait until I can rid you of those foul scars on your neck. He lets out a sound that is a cross between a growl and a purr. Gross. His dark brown hair is long and greasy from being left in the cell, and the purple hue has taken over his hazel eyes. I do notice the purple isn't fire like mine. It's more like someone stuck a glow stick on him to create a silhouette. I don't try to stop him, and I don't let the rest of my family go. This is my fight. Gina got her time to reciprocate his treatment of us. Now it's my turn. I can hear everyone behind me yelling at me, and I know I'm going to be in so much trouble with Cam, Dakota, and Oliver. But I want my shot at this asshole. Mike's eyes are blazing, and I can see his lips moving, but no more words are coming out. I wonder if he is doing some kind of spell, or if he's talking to himself, or more likely his mom. I try to reason with my mates while Mike seems to be distracted or debating or whatever. I know you don't want me here alone, but give me a chance to neutralize him. It's too distracting to hold you all off and focus on his movements. Please stop fighting me, and I will take my hold off of you. Make it look like I am holding you back. Looking pissed should be easy enough for you three to pull off right now. No, let us go. Love so we can stand next to you. Absolutely not. They will kill you to make it easier for him to mark me. I need you to stay back. It's the best way to protect me right now. She's right, and you know it. They don't care about the three of us, and we are in the way. The fastest way to remove our marks is to kill us. We don't know how good of fighters he is, or whoever controlling him is. It's too many unknowns, and Biddy will get caught in the crossfire. I won't let you risk her. Thank you, Oliver. Tell everyone else while I try to keep his attention. I'm going to attempt to take this hold off of you. Stay put. What do you mean, try? You put it on us, just remove it, Smalls. It's a little different when I do magic unconsciously. If I don't know how I did it, I don't really know how to stop it. I love you guys. Nope, none of that. You can tell us you love us when we are punishing you for trapping us, love. I had to fight a smile and wonder what he meant by punishing and why the idea excites me. Come to me, my Luna. Leave these lowly alpha losers behind. You keep calling me a Luna, but I'm not a Luna. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a Luna, but that isn't my rank or my job. Why is that so hard for you to understand? I want all of his focus. You will be my Luna. You will stand next to me while I rule the werewolf kingdom. You will bear my children and be the comfort our pack members need. My soft and delicate Luina. I couldn't help it. I broke out into cackles of laughter. I didn't even try to keep my amusement at his stupidity in. Tears are streaming from my eyes with laughter. He just looks confused, but he has stopped moving towards me. You must not have ever paid attention to me fighting. Soft and delicate are not words anyone who trains with me would use. I really am not the comforting type either. You picked the wrong girl. I keep laughing and I can see his smile falter a little, just for a second. You keep talking like you would be doing me a favor, but really, I'm already more highly ranked than you. It would be a step down to be mated to you. Well, you will just have to be trained then. And if you are extra stubborn, I will have more fun breaking you. He ignores my comment about being a higher rank, then lunges at me, and it's almost like he's moving in slow motion. My wolf and I crouch, ready to spring at just the right moment. This reminds me a little of the elite trials years ago. My head goes straight in the zone. This is nothing but a training exercise. His movements are clumsy, but better than what I expected. He aims to grab at my throat or my upper torso. I'm not really sure, but I grab one wrist and use his momentum to propel him down. His free arm grabs into my ponytail, though, and starts to pull me with him. We both roll to the far side of the rectangular room, and I end up sandwiched between him and the wall, the air knocked out of my lungs. It hurt for a minute, but I guess all the body slams I got from Wyatt paid off, since I was able to recover pretty quickly, and I kicked at his back to get him off of me. His hand is still tangled in my hair, but I don't think it's on purpose. He's just an idiot. I grab at his wrist again and wrench it, pulling my snarled locks out of his fingers and hoping I dislocated something at the very least. I can't hear much over the sound of my own pulse running through my body. He turns to me and I take an elbow to the ribs. I grunt and hit the back of his head with the heel of my hand as hard as possible and then scramble to get up. I will never be with you. I will never mate with you. Your mother and your father will die for their crimes against wolves and witches and whoever else they caused harm by trying to take over. He is crawling, trying to reach for my legs. I kick out and stomp on one of his hands. I'm not quick enough this time, and he grabs my ankle with his other hand and knocks me back on my ass before pulling me towards him. I will have you. I don't give a shot what anyone else wants. He pulls up to his knees and moves like he is going to sit on me. You will be my mate, and I will fuck you every way possible, including shackled to the floor, and I will start by taking you right here in front of them while they are stuck on the other side of your barrier. I appreciated that, by the way. It made it so much easier to contain you. My wolf snarls in my head, and I feel the tension from the hold I had on everyone snap as she surfaces in my mind. I jerk out of his hold and back to standing. He does the same. I have no idea how we put up the barrier or how we took it down, but I appreciate the timing all the same. I know my eyes are glowing by the look on Mike's face. He isn't scared yet. My guys all reach me, but none of them grab me. They are showing Mike that I am an equal. My wolf and I surge all of our power, getting ready to strike. Mike has started to vibrate and the purple glow has gotten brighter. I have no idea what is happening, but I don't think Mike does either. Adriel, stop! He's your son. You cannot want power this much. Mike's head tilts to the side and then straightens. You don't know what we want. He was brought into this world for this exact purpose and nothing more. You will give me what I desire, and then the king can have you for your powers. The creepy voice comes out of Mike again. Never. The purple flame around Mike electrifies to a burgundy and then a red. As his arms begin to raise, a spell is coming. I open my hands to Mike, throwing him back into the wall, where he leaves a crack and a dent where his head struck. He stands and charges again, clearly not feeling the pain of his injuries. He's not his own person anymore. I know he's not making his choices on his own, and I feel heartbroken for him. He can't even stop himself. I know what it's like to not be wanted by a parent, and in another life we probably could have been friends and bonded over that. I blast him back one more time, hoping to knock him out. He stands and runs at us again. So this time, when I aim, my wolf takes control and ignites the flame in my arm and shoots a bolt straight through his heart. Mike crumples to the ground but continues to try to move. It's scary that Adriel is still trying to move him around, even though his brain and his heart are gone. His eyes are closed, but his body continues to writhe. This time my guys don't hesitate. They all shift and tear his body to shreds. It doesn't take more than a few seconds for the three of them, but they made sure no amount of magic could allow him to come back. They all shift and look livid. Burn that piece of shot now, and no one else leaves until it is all completely turned to ash. Understood? Cam says to the rest of our team. Man, he is hot, standing there completely naked, dominating like an alpha. He must have heard my thoughts, because, as the words crossed my mind, his head snapped to me, and he still looked pissed. He marches towards me, and scoops me up in a fireman's carry and storms out of the bunker and straight to the truck. He stops next to the passenger side of the truck and presses me up against it, kissing me fiercely. There is nothing gentle here, and I don't think I will get anything gentle until he has worked out his anger at Mike wanting to take me away from them. I let him take what he needs from me. Neither my wolf or I mind, really. It feels like heavenly punishment. He finishes with one last kiss, then presses his forehead to mine. You are ours, and we are going to fix a glaring problem tonight. I know it's not what you wanted, and way too soon, but I won't have anyone else come for you because you are not fully ours. Okay, I whisper. It's all I can say. I agree with him. This can't be the reason males come for me or females come for any of them, because I know I would be the same way if the situation was reversed. I am just terrified. All of the stories have made me very nervous about my first time having sex, and I have 3 mates to please. What if I don't please them? Or can't? Would they reject me if I can't give them what they want? I am so lost in my thoughts. The next thing I know is Oliver is running his knuckle down my cheek. I don't even remember being put in the back seat of the truck. We are going way too fast, but I'm not about to tell Cam to slow down. Oliver, show her she was made for us.